What's going on, everybody? Here, welcome to our reaction look at the Planet Crafter new DLC, Toxicity. This looks really cool. Now, there is an experimental branch that you can go in and you can check out for yourself, and you can actually play along with, you can actually play Toxicity a little bit right now. It's a very early access. I don't want to do that. I'm going to reserve it for once it's actually out, once it's done, and once the story is like fully done and everything's good to go. Because if I play it now, I'm going to confuse things for when it comes out. I'm going to confuse things from the early access look versus like the final product, you know, the thing that's going to ship to everybody and everybody's going to get. Now, like I said, there is an experimental branch in a very, very early access form, so you can do that if you want to, but we're going to wait for it to come out. I'm excited. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day. It comes out November 17th, but let's watch this trailer and let's talk about it. Let's have a wonderful day. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. So we've got the Planet Crafter new Toxicity. You know what? Hold on. Let me go and turn the audio up just a hair here. So first of all, like, you know what? Let's just play through it. Let's just watch the entire thing because this thing looks sick. Ooh, I really like how this is looking. I turned the volume back down because the music might, you know what I mean? I really like how this is looking. Set foot on a toxic land, toxic goo. Ooh, so we're going to be clearing toxic. Ooh. Ooh. We're actually going to be. And there's like toxic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. To say I'm excited is an understatement. I'm curious how much of this is stuff that we build and interact with versus how much is already there as part of the world. So, this looks really cool. This looks really cool already. Okay, all right, there's a lot to go through here. There's a lot to unpack, and I'm ready for this. Okay, so let's just start here. Let's unpack it. Let's dissect it. Okay, so obviously we have a toxic outpost of some sort. This is obviously already here. This is part of the world. We've got the toxic mushrooms. We've seen these mushrooms before. These were one of the trees. If not, they are still one of the trees. They were at one point the best tree you could get in the game. Like, you could craft. I love the hanging stuff. It looks really cool. It looks like a fungal toxic world. This looks really neat. The interior, obviously, full of toxic stuff. Looks nasty. Looks gross. We had a little taste at Toxicity in during one of the early access looks. I believe it was it? I actually can't remember what planet it was. I remember the cave that you would go into, and if you got too close to the pools, it'd be toxic and hazardous. So we did have a little look at it at one point, but nothing to this scale, obviously. Obviously, the entire planet looks green and nasty. So I'm curious if we're going to have some kind of toxic meter as well, or are we going to go from oxygen to toxic? Like, are we going to not have an oxygen meter, maybe have a toxicity meter or something? Oh, I'm super curious. Obviously, it looks like we're going to be cleaning up some goo, which looks super exciting. We've got, hold on, back it up just a hair. Just hold on. We've got some kind of water purification machine here that looks like it's purifying something. I say a purifier because this is a machine that we don't have yet with all these tubes and stuff like that. And it looks like it's pumping and recirculating. So my guess is that it's probably some kind of purification kind of method. This looks really neat. This interior area looks absolutely amazing. And there's this rail running too, which we are going to here shortly see that we can ride the rail, which I love. I love that. I was really hoping on Selenia. There is the rail that kind of goes like into the mine a little bit. I was hoping at one point that door was going to open up. We were going to be able to ride it or something like that. So the fact that we can ride this is super cool. I really like the interactable environments. We have the little trolley lift thing that's really fun on Selenia as well. Also, we are still working on Selenia. It's kind of a slow process when you just start on Selenia. So we are going to finish that before this comes out for sure. But this is cool. I like the fact that we're riding this, and it looks like that might be closed or not. I don't know. Oh man, if we could like use this to actually like ride into an area. Okay, this right here, this gets me really excited, but I also don't know what part of this is built or what part of it's already there, because this looks like a giant POI. This looks like a point of interest that looks like it's already here. I can't imagine that we build all this stuff. This looks like there's way too much going on. This doesn't look like something that we are going to build, but it does look like an area that we may be able to interact with. maybe as like a cleanup thing, maybe we can go in here, restart some machines or something like that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, oh, there's definitely, oh, hold on right there. There's multiple tiers of purification right there. Hold on, let's back it up just a hair. So we can see we have obviously a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. That's pretty cool. There's the rail right there too. There's a giant like rail that's going like all over this planet. That looks sick. And there's a huge building up here too. Oh, this is really exciting. I'm excited for all of this. Like, look at this giant building up in here. I love this. Planet Crafter is doing so good with their updates and stuff. They're doing so good with the things that like every update, they're inching towards like, you know, more features, more things, more interactivity, things like that. And I love what they're doing. So very exciting stuff. More, here's another POI. This looks like a canyon or something. This looks absolutely sick. Now, this is all I'm going to watch. I'm not going to go in. Like I said, I'm not going to check out the experimental stuff. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to watch any videos on anything else. I'm not going to go in and try to, you know, do anything else. I'm watching the trailer and that's it. We're going to check it out. We're going to enjoy it on release as, you know, a new experience. So I'm very excited for that. This is a wreck, for sure. This is definitely a wreck. And then we've got another little mining thing here. This is a player base. So we've got a new rocket. It looks like we have a new rocket that I'm not familiar with the hold on a second. My camera's in the way. So this rocket right here definitely looks like a different type of rocket. I've not seen that one before. So it looks like we have a new rocket. And then it also looks like we've got a couple new things here. So we've got this system here. It appears as though it's refining something, and there's 3 different possible outputs of it. So it looks like contaminated water to maybe clean water, some kind of like algae to something else, some kind of mushrooms to something else. These yellow machines here look like possibly air purifiers of some sort. Also, there looks like there's different tiers of this machine as well. So that's exciting. There's also a machine inside this building right here, a little yellow one. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. We have nuclear reactors. We've got our bay. We've got the little train thing over here. I don't know if that's actually running or that's the broken one. So, oh yeah, see, look, that's the broken. It looks like, yeah, this is, I'm going to guess our base is right here and we were looking at it this way. So we've got like a little broken monorail here. The monorail, just like the idea that there was a monorail here and enough people at one point to like, you know, need a monorail to move people back and forth. That's kind of cool. We've got waterfalls. Okay, hold on a second. Let's get back before this because there's some stuff in here. All right, so we've got our butterflies. We've got our drills, drill tier 3. There's a big thing right here in the middle. This giant shining beacon. It looks like a main purifier kind of thing. There's also like there's a bridge going out to it. And then it also looks like there's these giant water reservoirs. There's also something a little bit over here too, but there's like these big water reservoirs or like a gate or like a dam or something like that right here. This looks really cool. This looks really cool. Like there's a lot of stuff in here that's going to be a lot of fun to check out. But yeah, there it is, November 17th. We're going to be checking it out. We're going to be doing the things, having a wonderful time. So, yeah, if you guys enjoy it, if you want to see more, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I just want to make this quick video because, like, I had a lot of people ask me about it. A lot of people talk about it. And, like, obviously, we play Planet Crafter a lot. So, very excited for it. So, leave your comments. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think I missed anything? Do you think there's something I'm wrong about? Leave a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. But thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.